Okay, there's a bunch of EXP there. I took out a guy who... What was the guy that I just took out? This guy, I guess. Woden. Left for dead in a burial pit full of pagans. Woden clambered out and spent the next 2 years tracking down those who killed his fellow villagers one by one. None survived the meeting. A much trusted courier, Woden often relays messages for the sickle. So that leads up to whoever this person... Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Leads up to this person, I guess, or something. Yeah. I don't know. We shall never know. Let's go this way. But yeah, let's see here. Martyr Logarius is actually annoying you so much on your first playthrough being so easily, but now having such a hard time. I assume that's a Bloodborne boss that I'll be able to experience when I eventually get around to playing Bloodborne. Which I do look forward to playing. Like, I did have a lot of fun playing Elden Ring, and I did have fun with the Dark Souls games. Whoa. But with Elden Ring, I feel like with Elden Ring, its open world is both at the same time, like, its greatest strength and its greatest weakness. Like, it's complicated. But it did left me wanting for just, like, hey, I just kind of want, like, a linear game of, like, all these bosses that are pretty tailored for my current strength and are going to challenge me that way. And that's why I've heard Bloodborne is. So it very much sounds like a game that I would get a kick out of. So I would probably enjoy it. It'll be interesting to see what friggin' Night Rain, I forgot what it was called for a second, is like when it releases in a couple weeks. I know like next to nothing about it, just like 3-player roguelike thing there. And but yeah. Yeah, I have not played it before. I only got the PS5 like time is blurring together. Last year was the case from that Mad Lad Guzma. So it's only been as of semi-recently that I've actually been picking up like more games for it. It was around last year Boxing Day / winter sales on different websites that I was like, oh, maybe it's time to pick up some PlayStation games. And one of the ones that I did pick up shortly after with the PS5 was Bloodborne, because it was like PS4 like biggest hits, like 20 bucks or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. Let's pick up Bloodborne. So I have it on my shelf. I've never played it. I'll do it one of these days here, methinks. Yeah, that's very much what it feels like in terms of its difficulty. So I would like to have something that is very tailored to like my current level and where I'm at, and the developers knowing exactly what I've gone through to reach this point, whereas in Elden Ring it varies a whole lot. So maybe I'd end up really liking Bloodborne. When it comes to Night Rain, there's a good chance that I'll be ending up playing it with some of my Taekwondo classmates at the last black belt testing, where we were helping out as volunteers. The master of the dojang always treats us to like a volunteer appreciation dinner. He typically takes us out for Korean food at a restaurant. And there, the topic of Elden Ring somehow came up. I don't remember how it came up. And all of a sudden, like a couple more people were getting involved. Like, wait, are you guys talking about Night Rain? Oh, I can't wait for that game. Oh, I've played so much Elden Ring. So now I'm very likely going to be playing some Elden Ring Night Rain with one of my fellow students and with one of the main instructors of the school nowadays. Yeah, is the case. So after class, I stayed for a bit so I could chat to the instructor, and I said, Night Rain's out in a couple weeks. I don't think I have your contact info. And he was like, ooh, thank you for reminding me. So we pull out phones to exchange contact information so that we can play Night Rain together. So so when we do some Night Rain stuff on this channel, there's going to be involvement from some of the people around my Taekwondo school. Will be the case I'll end up playing with sometimes. But I've never played video games with before at all, but Night Rain will be the thing that ends up bringing us together here. But, you know, that's the Spirit Redora Master. You have a level 20 boss that is a pushover, and a level 20 boss that's complete opposite even without you leveling up. That's true too. Like, you can absolutely fight someone like Margit and be over-leveled for him and be like, holy crap, this is absolutely insane. And then you go fight like a higher level Dwayne the poop thrower in some random cave that you find, and it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad at all. Or I mean, maybe that's not the best example with like a story boss compared to a random boss, but I get what you're saying there. Yeah, I agree there, but I also feel like some of the hardest bosses towards the end don't really feel that hard, because at that point you have gone around the world taking your time, you've wanted to explore this world, and you've leveled up a whole bunch. So like the second Margit battle, which is just the first but even harder, just feels so much easier, just because like a lot of players like myself have just like beefed themselves up so much by that time. Or even bosses like Hoaraloo, which seem like so dang cool and like they're gonna leave like as much of an impression as Margit, just don't really, because like you've spent so much time going around the open world that like you're pretty cracked at that point, you know?
The emissary is somewhere here.
So I feel like they're
Perhaps
not quite
find
able to
the
have
way
the
without
same
bloodshed.
impression.
Paladins trained at this fortress. This will not be an easy fight.
And I also wasn't a big fan of the final boss. Like, I liked the Radagon phase 1. I did not like Elden Beast. I thought that it's just like, hey, here's just a massive target that keeps on dipping out to the other side of the map, and then you just spend half the boss fight, like, running after him, and it's just, I think, kind of annoying. That's my rations there. Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Godskin Duo, yeah. Yeah, you would think that something like Huaralu or the second Margit battle will be tougher and make, like, a stronger impression. But no, you have, like, random feeling things like Godskin Duo that just feel, like, so much harder. It's kind of odd. We'll see what's going on with Night Rain. We'll see how many of the Dark Souls bosses are brought in, since we saw, like, Nameless King in that one trailer and stuff. But that'll be fun to play with some of my Taekwondo classmates. Probably play with my little cousin. Most likely. Like, in terms of acquiring the game, I was telling him, like, well, if we want to play together here, since, like, he would normally be able to play it from my Steam library, like, if I buy it anyway. But if he wants to play with me, which would be a fun thing to do, I was like, well, maybe we can call it, like, an early birthday gift or something here if I end up, you know, picking up a couple copies of that. Because I know that he would really get a kick out of that game. Times that he might want to play it while I'm, playing it with other people, or even just playing it with me. It really sucks that Megaland is this coming next weekend, and then Night Rain is immediately the weekend after that. Why couldn't they be switched around? It would have been so cool to have people be playing, like, Night Rain at the LAN event. Then you just have someone calling out in the venue, hey, we're playing Night Rain, who wants to join in? And then, like, people join in, and you have people there, like, in person that you're playing with. I have to go get the message here, huh? Like, man. Less than a week after Megaland, Night Rain comes out. And then less than a week after that, the Switch 2 and Mario Kart World and stuff come out. So, yeah. Yeah. Also, Deltarune Chapters 2 and 3 comes out then. And I did Chapter 1 on Switch, I believe. And then Chapter 2 I did on PC. And I was thinking, like, how should I continue with Chapters 2 and 3? Apparently, the Switch 2 version has, like, a unique room that makes use of, like, mouse controls. Like, I was reading on the site for Deltarune there, where, considering it's a launch title for Switch 2, Toby Fox wanted to play into that, and so had, like, a special bonus room that makes use of the mouse controls. Apparently. And apparently that room still exists in, like, the other versions of the game with modified controls. But I kind of want to experience the mouse controls, so if I don't manage to get, like, a Switch 2 immediately on launch, I might not be playing Deltarune, like, right on launch for those chapters, potentially. I should have a Switch 2 secured, because my cousin was able to, like, I haven't managed to secure any of my attempts at getting a pre-order, but my cousin managed to get 2 sorted out, one from Walmart, one from GameStop. So, it sounds like worst case scenario, I can mooch one of those ones. He said, like, I was the first on his list to get the extra one, and I was like, okay, that's really cool, thank you. But I would presume that, you know, he would obviously be wanting to have one for himself first and foremost, so if he goes and gets one in person at GameStop the first day, I'd probably be waiting however long a Walmart one takes to come in or something like that. That looks like I could almost shoot it through the thing. Maybe just because of, like, the glowy eagle vision stuff. But hey, let's do this. So yeah, it really sucks that Night Rain is coming out so shortly after Megaland, and same with, like, Switch 2 and Mario Kart World. Those would have been so fun to bring to Megaland. But alas, they both come out shortly after. So sad here. So Mr. Dudo that I need to go after is on the move, it seems like. Also, I think I mentioned it earlier in the stream. I'm doing, like, a little community games Mario Kart 8 thing at Megaland, since I figure, hey, Mario Kart World is just about to come out. Mario Kart 8 isn't going to be the most recent Mario Kart anymore very soon here, so I figured this is basically, like, the last chance to be doing a little thing of it at a event. So, if anyone's interested in hopping into any Mario Kart shenanigans, is going to be May 24th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Come on in and play some Mario Kart and stuff. And then shortly after, we'll be playing some World stuff. We'll see how many people end up wanting to hop in, both across here and across the actual land venue. People want to hop in and play Mario Kart or some such. But yeah, let's see here. A nice Redora Master. Radagon is an amazing fight minus the teleport, but Elden Beast? Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Very much like the Radagon boss. Elden Beast. Like, it has wow factor. It's kind of cool. It's not really a fun boss gameplay-wise, I don't think. It's just kind of annoying, because you're just chasing the darn thing half the time. I don't think that that's a very engaging boss battle. I thought the Radagon Phase 1 was a lot cooler and, like, more fun and engaging. But yeah. What if Nightring will have any Bloodborne stuff? Like, do Sony own the assets too, or just the IP? I assume that if they own the IP, they would own the associated assets, I would presume. I don't actually know. Like, so I can absolutely see them bringing more Dark Souls stuff in, since we saw Nameless King in the one trailer. But I'd be very surprised if there was Bloodborne stuff in there. It's also really interesting with other FromSoft stuff that Nintendo is going to have an exclusive, like, first-party FromSoft game with the Duskbloods now. Like, what? What a timeline we live in. Maybe Nintendo's trying to say, like, hey, we're not just the everyone can play our games company anymore. Like, we will be willing to make more specialized, kind of more mature games sometimes. I mean, they did start publishing for, like, Bayonetta and stuff like that, so they have been kind of, you know, treading into that water a little bit, you could argue. And maybe they're now trying to do it a little bit more, and also compete with Sony, since I know that Sony and Nintendo are kind of bitter rivals, so maybe that was what led to, Duskbloods coming to be or something like that. I may as well grab this while I'm here or something, right? But yeah, haven't fought Elden Beast myself, as I lost interest before that due to various different issues I had with the game, as the game was getting kind of boring by the mountain. But from what I understand, his attacks are all over the place, where a lot of them are very easy, but then some of them are BS. Maybe? I honestly wouldn't remember at this point. I just remember being annoyed at, like, all the running around and stuff like that. Elden Beast just doesn't stop fucking flying away. Yeah, I agree. That's the part that I distinctly remember. But yeah, and hello, Casper. I've been listening. I heard you talk about Switch 2. I was able to get a pre-order. Nice. I'm excited for Mario Kart World. Awesome. Words are hard. Glad to hear it there. Well, if I manage to get a Switch 2 and I start streaming some Mario Kart World shenanigans, feel free to hop on in. Whenever I'm playing a multiplayer game around here that you know, you can do lobbies and have people join into, I always figure if there's anyone in stream that wants to play, then just hop on in, is what I figure. So we'll do our May 24th Mario Kart 8 thingamabob. And then that's probably the last time that I'm ever going to stream Mario Kart 8. That'll most likely be the end of it. And then do a bunch of Mario Kart World stuff for a while. And speaking of Mario Kart World, I do actually want to host a tournament for it at Fragapalooza this year. So the past few years, I've always done 3 Smash Bros tournaments on, like, the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Not on Sunday, because Sunday's like the wrap it up and pack up kind of day. So I didn't think that that's a good day to be doing a tournament. You wouldn't want to be going overtime on that day, as we have to, like, pack up and get out of the venue and stuff like that. What the heck? How do I even get in there? Is there, like, a key or something? What do I do here? And I really liked having those 3 tournaments, because then you have something for everybody with Smash Bros, I figure. Oh, it is find the key to unlock the door. When I've lost the key in the tower, I was exploring the remains, and when I came back, I found myself locked outside. I hope we find it, because the closest blacksmith is 2 days away. So it is probably just in there. Maybe I can grab it here really quickly. I like the free-for-all for the fact that, like, Fragapalooza is a very casual environment. We don't really have super competitive tournaments there. Like, when I first went in 2019, I think I was the only person that went there for, like, the Smash tournaments first and foremost, and then, like, the event second. Everyone else, it's the opposite way around. They're there for Fragapalooza first and foremost, and then it's like, oh, there's Smash tournaments going on. I may as well play. I like playing Smash. So nobody is, like, seeking it out like a super competitive tournament or anything like that. And a lot of people do just like to go up, button mash, have fun. So I like having a free-for-all event, because it kind of caters to that. It's just like, hey, who cares about skill level? Just come up, press buttons, have fun. Have a good time. So, there we go. Collect key. So I like being able to cater to the very casual environment that I see Fragapalooza being. I like doing the doubles, the 2v2, as something, you know, we're starting to get a bit more competitive here. But, you know, still not full one-on-ones competitive. I really like doing the 2v2s, because when I went in 2019, I didn't have someone that I could team up with there. I guess maybe I did. I don't know if my little cousin would have been able to play there. I think he probably would. Maybe I was speaking too soon saying this. Thorn of Slumber. What, do I put them to sleep with that? That'd be kind of cool. How do I see that there? Are marked with the Svis Thorn symbol puts a target to sleep almost instantly. Oh, cool. Let's assign it to... What are these other things again? Whoops, I was pressing B to back out. What do I have assigned? That's to go through walls. Mark side enemies. Deadly volley of arrows. Oh, that's a powder trap. Here, let's do this here, and then sleep can be like here or something. There, that sounds good. I don't know. When I went in 2019, there was just free-for-all and doubles. And after I won the free-for-all tournament, that's how I ended up meeting the person that would go on to be my doubles partner, Crash. Because he wanted to reach out to me to, like, help him practice for, like, other stuff coming up. And as we played a whole bunch together, he was like, hey, you want to be doubles partners? And one thing led to another, and we ended up doing duos together. And I think that a big in-person event like Fragapalooza is a good environment for getting to know new people. It's all about... okay. I wasn't sure if I needed to come up here and talk or something, or what it is. There. That's the thing. Cool. I didn't die along the way this time like I usually do. So, unlike a fully online event, having a LAN event where you have, like, so many people all in a venue playing games together, it makes sense to try and promote an environment where people are getting to, like, know one another and chat with one another. So I figure I really want to do doubles tournaments because then it's an opportunity for you to either play with one of your friends there in person and have fun with them, or go and meet someone new. Go meet, like, a new teammate, and then maybe you make, like, a new friend from the event. That's very much the kind of thing that I want to foster, that I think that events like Fragapalooza should be all about, like, playing with and getting to know other people. Well, I may as well just dip around from here is what I may as well do. So I really like doing doubles because I want to promote that, you know? And then, of course, I like to do 1v1s just because, like, hey, at least there is something competitive there for those that do want something competitive. So there's, like, the not competitive free-for-all, just go up, button mash, have fun. We're a bit more competitive, crap. Doubles, but it's more about, hey, go find someone to play with and have fun playing with them. And then the actual 1v1s for, like, the true competitive thing. So running 3 Smash tournaments is a bit much. But I like doing it because then it's something for everybody, you know? Funny thing, I live near the Fragapalooza venue where it's held, the Duke Rec Center there. Well, then you should come on by Fragapalooza and play in my Smash tournaments, is what you should do. / Smash tournaments and Mario Kart this year. Because this year, with Mario Kart World coming out, I kind of want to run a tournament for that because it'll have only been out for a couple months by the time that Fragapalooza rolls around. Meaning, as a brand new console, that a lot of people probably aren't going to have a Switch 2 yet who may have interest in it. Most people at the venue that might be interested in playing Mario Kart World probably don't have it yet. And so by putting on a casual tournament for it, that can be an opportunity to play where people hear like, oh, there's Mario Kart World going on up there. I'm kind of curious about that game. I haven't played it before. I don't have a Switch 2. I kind of want to try it out. So I really want to host a Mario Kart World tournament. Mostly as an opportunity for people to be able to try it out and, you know, have fun with that. Since I know that for a lot, opportunity to try it out, otherwise it will potentially be rather difficult. So I kind of want to, run that. But that does mean that I would have to run one less Smash tournament. Fragapalooza's 4 days. Like, one tournament a day is really packing it for my schedule. Like, I guess I could potentially do 2 tournaments in one day, but I'm also not the only person that hosts tournaments at the event, and then I'd start, like, overlapping with other people's tournaments and stuff like that, and it'd probably be a bit much. I don't really want to host 4 tournaments. So I've been thinking about, like, what kind of tournament should I axe in terms of Smash Bros. Stuff. I've been thinking that maybe I should axe the free-for-all this year, because I feel like that's the closest equivalent that Mario Kart would be. It's just, like, the casual, anyone hop in, press buttons, have fun, and try out the game. Like, I feel like that is the closest to Smash Free-for-All, and therefore, it makes the most sense for it to take its place, right? Surely? But maybe I'll run, like, a little bit of a poll there or something, saying, like, hey, what would you like next year? Would you like Mario Kart again, or would you like the Smash Free-for-All to be brought back? And I'll consider bringing back the Smash Free-for-All next year. like, we'll see how much interest there is after the Mario Kart World stuff this year. But I especially want to host it this year, mostly because brand new game, brand new console. Here's an opportunity to play it and have fun for people at the event. That's my thought process. So, like, I can reuse the same rule set for Fragapalooza doubles and singles as previous years, so we can probably get those tournaments announced here pretty soon. I'm just not realizing I'm wearing my Fragapalooza shirt today from last year. We can probably get those tournaments officially announced here soon, and I know that members of Frag staff like having stuff announced early so that people can see, hey, they're for sure running these tournaments coming up. I'm interested in signing up for this event, you know? So, having more stuff to announce earlier, so we can probably announce those ones soon. But as for Mario Kart, I don't actually know what the format is going to look like until the game is out. Like, what I want to do, like, a general, like, pre that each set of players does? Is that going to be a bit too much? Is that going to take too long if a bunch of people are playing? Because I don't want it to take, like, forever because everyone is in, like, a set of 4 doing, like, 4 races or something like that. Do we do that format where it's, like, you just keep on going and at different checkpoints, different numbers of people are eliminated? How does that work? Like, I'm gonna need to take time with the game itself and actually lab things out and brainstorm. How is this going to work for a tournament rule set at a place like Frag, where we also can't be taking too much time with each round here? Like, gotta keep things relatively moving here. Like, the Smash free-for-all is typically really short. Like, just quick single elimination through to the end. Mario Kart would take a lot longer. But how do I give everyone a chance to get, like, some decent play in without it taking, like, forever, you know? I mean, we could always have it go through, like, pretty quickly, and then after the tournament is done, just say, like, hey, the stage is now a free PlayStation for a while. Anyone can come up and just, like, play. Something like that. But I'm gonna need to have the game in hand and lab things to know what this is going to look like. So we'll probably announce the Smash doubles and singles here soon, unless I chat with other Frag staff members and they're like, hey, you should actually axe doubles or singles instead and keep the free-for-all. Get some other opinions, but I think that Mario Kart taking the place of the free-for-all makes most sense. And then I'm gonna need some serious time with the game in my hands to figure out what Mario Kart looks like. But I do wanna do it. So that's what things are looking like for upcoming Fragapalooza tournament stuff that I'm gonna have to figure out.
My immortal soul.
Ah, your god is rather a hard taskmaster.
And your god forbids the mixing of wool and linen. It sounds to me like he's never heard of England.
Not all that is written in the scriptures is God's honest truth.